Hi, I'm Carrie Austin. I'm with the Westside Story 2.0 team, and this morning I'm here with Pat McGlade, who's our faith community nurse at Westside, and we're at Cornerstone Church in Wyckoff. So Pat, how is it that on this beautiful Saturday morning we're here in Wyckoff at Cornerstone Church?
So a few years ago, the health ministry team assembled a group of 10 to 12 members to reimagine what our mission and our vision might be. We wanted to make sure that we were looking at health and wellness from all backgrounds and angles. So we picked a diverse team of people with a variety of health and wellness backgrounds, such as social workers, nurses, psychiatrists, child life specialists, energy practitioners, even a financial analyst. But basically, everyone was a seeker of wellness. We renamed ourselves the Wellness Ministry, since health encompasses the body, mind, emotion, and spirit, and we felt that that name better explains who we are.
So what did you come up with?
So just about a year ago, June of 2020, we finished our work of a couple of years, and we presented our mission, our vision, and our initiatives to the session. One of the ideas was to have a garden ministry. We like the idea of the garden because it provides fresh food, which plays such a vital role in people's health. We also loved it because it was in alignment with our mission at Westside to serve others.
So pun intended, how'd you grow the idea?
So in Westside fashion, we wanted to do it well. And we knew that it was going to be a big undertaking with a learning curve. So we sought out a mentor, and we were so fortunate to be able to find Ted Opterbeck at Cornerstone Church, who is the head of Summer Harvest.
So I would imagine that distributing fresh produce is a whole lot different than distributing dry pantry goods like pasta and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So our first step this year is to look for Westsiders to volunteer at Cornerstone, and we have some here. We're here to plant, prepare the beds, and get things going. We're also going to be taking notes for best practices so that we can start our garden ministry in the future. We want to do it with the most knowledge that we possibly can. We also have an opportunity this year with one of our youth who is looking to be an Eagle Scout, and he has taken on the project of providing us with a smaller garden that he'll be building over the summer, and we may even have a fall harvest, so stay tuned.
Very cool.
But one of the things that we know, other than ensuring a bountiful harvest, is that we need to have an efficient distribution system, or there's no point to this. So fortunately, Cornerstone works with two ministries in Patterson. One is called Star of Hope Ministries, and the other is called New Hope Ministries in Prospect Park. They gather the food that we bring to them, where they pick up, and they then distribute it to the different food pantries all throughout Patterson.
Pat, on a final note, is there anything that you would like to add about the garden ministry?
Yes, so I did want to let you know that we're also going to be getting a refrigerator for Westside, and that will enable us to collect fresh produce ourselves. So stay tuned, there's more information coming on that, but Star of Hope Ministries will then help pick that up and begin the distribution process. So our garden ministry supports both the wellness ministry and our mission ministry. Both help us to live out the mission to connect, grow, and serve.
And just another note too, I thought it was so interesting with the refrigerator. If I go to the farmer's market, if I go to the grocery store, I don't necessarily have to have a bountiful garden myself to be able to contribute.
As a matter of fact, that's a very good point, because what we have been told through the experience of Summer Harvest at Cornerstone, most of the produce, although the garden is a beautiful way to grow our own, most of the produce does come from people going to their own gardens, to the grocery store, and also to the farmer market. So we just really want to be able to provide that fresh produce that can go out and go beyond our Westside walls and meet our mission.
Great. Thanks so much, Pat. It's been really fun talking about it this morning, and it's really great to be here.
And thank you for the opportunity to really talk about this initiative for the Wellness Ministry. So we're so grateful. Thank you.
Next, we'll be talking to Ted Opterbach. Ted is at Cornerstone Church and he runs the garden ministry, and he happens to be also the brother of Dave Opterbach, who is one of our elders at Westside. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning to videotape with us, and also for your willingness to mentor Westside. I think that what we're going to learn from you is going to be so valuable for our future garden ministry.
Well, I'm so thankful that you're here, and I can see the enthusiasm. It's so exciting to see just countless members of your church here helping us, and we're more than thrilled to have you work with us this summer.
Thanks. So tell me more about your garden ministry.
Sure. Well, we started as a food collection ministry about 10 years ago called Summer Harvest, and it would basically be non-perishable items. So we decided there was such a need for hungry families in our area to have access to fresh produce. So we started out collecting donations where people will go and buy from supermarkets and other places, and maybe shares of CSAs. But then we decided to expand and actually into a gardening ministry in conjunction with our food collection ministry. So we're able to provide families with fresh produce as well as the non-perishable items.
What would you say has been the most rewarding part of this for you?
Well, just really seeing it from start to finish, seeing families involved from our church with the garden and with collecting collections from different stores, supermarkets in our area, fresh produce, and seeing that channeled to the families themselves. So we start from the beginning, and we also are involved with Star of Hope and New Hope Community Ministries in Prospect Park, and to see the families themselves receiving the fruit of the labor is really super rewarding.
So tell me, what does Star of Hope do, and the other organization you mentioned, what's their role?
So Star of Hope is a ministry in Patterson, and they do a lot of different things with local churches in Patterson and the surrounding area. And increasingly with COVID and the pandemic, there was such a need for access to food. So their food ministry has exploded, and they get huge shipments from supermarkets, from direct, fresh, and different places that have surplus food. And everything that we donate and grow, and actually other churches in our area, supplements that as well. So they're able then to take that food, to give it to the churches, and the churches are able to distribute to who needs it the most.
Well, it's really, you've got such a well-oiled machine, and I think we're so grateful that you are able to mentor us and show us how it's done. And thank you so much for taking time to talk to us today.
Oh, sure, it's our pleasure.
Thank you.